Right World is a big game, but what are the top 5 things that could make it even better? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I'm going to be answering today. These are all my own personal opinion on what could make the game better, so keep that in mind. So for the first suggestion, it is more jobs. So if you've had a look at the game now, there are only 2 current jobs, which are, in fact, deliver food and transport trailers. Now, I think the problem with this is that you just see people driving around with trailers and just like slamming into everything, just trying to get the trailers everywhere. And that's what everyone is doing to get money. Now, I think that is a big problem because it lessens the immersion of the game. So I think that it could be a bit better. For example, adding a job such as McDrivers, where there are NPCs that come in and you can take their order and something like that, because I just think it would be an interesting thing that they could add. Maybe people could start doing roleplays. I know it's not a roleplay game, but it could just add to the game, just bring more people to it, and I think that would be a good idea. Another example would be maybe at the dealership. They could add maybe an area where you can work or something, have people come in to purchase a car and you can sell a car to them. I think that would be very interesting. Maybe something like the car dealership tycoon has going on. I think that would be interesting to see in this game. Now, the second suggestion is getting money easier. Now, in this game, it is very grindy, and the only problem with that is every other game is exactly like this. Having it being a bit easier to make money would make the game a bit more interesting, since most of the cars, as you can see, the good cars are 10 million plus, which is crazy. Like the Hyper one is 17 million, the Mixture is 10 million, the new Project Strato is nearly 10 million. All of them are just super expensive, but the problem is you'd have to spend weeks, maybe even months, trying to get the money, depending on how much time you have, to be able to buy those cars. Now, it makes it a bit of a problem having everything so expensive but not being able to get money a bit faster, because people can just buy millions of dollars in this game and then have an advantage. It makes it a bit too pay to win, and I think it would make it a bit more immersive if it was a bit faster to get money, just so you could upgrade your car, spend more time within the game, have a lot more fun. Now, the third leaderboard is kind of an aesthetic thing. What I've noticed with the races is that they're kind of just there, you know? You will race with them, yeah, but that's all it really does. And I get it is a race, but I think that it would be really interesting to see a fastest time leaderboard, maybe like Car Crushers has, where you can do a time trial instead, so you can get a bit of money but also test your skills and see how fast you can go around the track and try and be the best, be the top of the leaderboard. It adds an entire new area to what people can do within the game, and it gives an incentive to play. This means that people can be the best at something, but it doesn't have to be all of them. It can only be one, which means that multiple people can be the best at a different map, and it always gives a chance for a new person to come around and just demolish all of the current lap times. I think that would be really interesting to see within the game. Now, the fourth suggestion is houses, or well, purchasable houses. Now, if you come over here to the residential area, you can actually drive into the garages. Now, I think this is really cool that you can drive into the garages, but I think it would be more interesting if you could buy houses. It would add more things to buy and just make it that much more interesting. Maybe you could go in the houses, maybe not. I don't think that's the most important thing, but what it could do is allow you a place to upgrade your car, maybe customize the garage, make it more interesting. So you're more buying the garage than the house, but I think that would be very cool, because if you have a look here, this would be a really cool house to own. Just gives another thing to buy and adds more reason for the map. Now, the fifth and final suggestion has to be PR stunts and also drift zones, like in Forza Horizon. Now, if you have a look around the map, you'll probably see stuff like this, a jump ramp, which allows you to do a stunt. And with the addition of the stunt park, that adds even more ramps to be able to go over and do more stunts. Now, the only problem with these is when you go over over them. That's kind of it. You just go over them and nothing happens. You just do the jump. What I think would be really interesting to see is like what Forza Horizon has got. So like a distance meter that you can have PR, personal best for distance, or maybe something else. I think that would be really interesting to see that, since right now they have the speed traps, which I think is a cool addition, but if they added more, because they already have those stuff around the map, it would make it even more interesting. Now the second thing, which is drift zones, has to be a very highly suggested topic. If you have a look at these areas such as this, the hairpins for it are perfect for a drift score section. You can hold space and just drift around the hairpins, go up the mountain. I think if they added drift zones for it and added a leaderboard for it, maybe just PRs for it, I think it would just be really awesome to see drift scores within the game. Anyways, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope it was very insightful to you and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to drop down a subscribe and like the video. It will help me out a ton, and see you in the next video. Bye.